Welcome back to the channel. My name's Jensen. In this episode, well, I won't give away what happens in this episode because it's pretty bloody cool. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. You're gonna enjoy it. Before you get there, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little notification bell right next to the subscribe button because that tells you whenever I put a video, you'll be the first to see it. But yeah, get into the video and enjoy. This is how close we got. We were this close to getting into the Simpson Desert. But don't worry, video's not over. We got heaps more cool stuff to do. We just got a little bit less fuel, but we might go explore Flinders ranges down south. Well, we'll see. We've got plenty left to do. We still got another week or two, even, yeah, another 2 weeks out, I think. So we got heaps of exploring to do and we'll be good. Yeah, Dalhousie Springs, ripper spot. Let's get into it. Alright, so this may seem a little bit different than Dalhousie Springs, and for good reason, because where I'm standing, right here, this is primo, whatever the hell you want to call it, Simpson Desert sand. That is right, we're in the Simpson Desert, but we got to get there first. Plans change, cars not broken, Mav's running fine. The thing that broke was the tank. But yeah, we're in the Simpson, which is super good. We're not crossing it. If we could, we would, and we'd be crossing it right now. But what we're doing is we were staying in Dalhousie Springs. Now we're staying in the Simpson Desert, which is 100k this way. So what we decided to do is, because with the amount of fuel that we've got, we can come into the Simpson Desert, have a night here, have some fun, have a play on the dunes, you know, do some cool stuff, and then go back to Dalhousie. But I guess now that we can't cross it, we've got to come back in a year and have some fun. Maybe with some 33s, maybe with a lift. Who knows? But yeah, we made it. Mav's chugging along great. We've been transferring fuel from the sub tank into our tank. There was a bit more than we thought, but there's still wet spots, so you can still see where it's leaking. Alright, so one really cool thing about this trip which hopefully will enhance the video a lot better, is one, I've got this new camera, so you know, I have the availability of shooting in 4K. 2.7K is where I'm shooting, because there's this HEVC thing that happens with 4K that I don't know too much about. Up there, that noise you may be hearing is a DJI Osmo drone. Now, I don't own this drone. This belongs to the kind people in the Ranger over there. Surely it'll be coming in a shot. But this here is a DJI Osmo drone, and hopefully we'll get some cool shots from this thing and make our trip heaps better. Look at that thing. It's pretty cool, huh? So yeah, hopefully we get some shots from this thing. Maybe I can catch it. No, I'm joking, I'm not gonna catch it. But hopefully this will make the video heaps better. And I'm really stoked about the footage from this thing and this thing. Everything, so good. But yeah, we'll get into the driving. Let's go. Alright, so one thing that's like real common here, especially where we are, sort of out at Dalhousie, up this way, is like bull dust. So like stuff like this, this is just like a really bad example, but like sort of just really soft shit. And the second you drive through it, it sort of just goes into like that. So, you know, you get your mandatory bull dust shots. There we go, there's a big section there. We're just at the rubbish dump. Dropping everything off. Like just all this dust just gets into your car and everything, but it looks cool on camera. So next up, some mandatory outback bull dust shots. Alright, so we just spent the last 2 nights in a spot called Coward Springs, which is down the road from here where we are. Where we are is just sort of like a little track, and there's 2 springs. So there's the bubbler down there, which I got some cool shots of, and then there's, I think, the Blanche Cup, I think it's called. But yeah, I didn't want to really document too much of like staying at Coward Springs. There was a nice spring there, some nice wetland walks, but I didn't feel we needed to do too much. Now we're sort of just on our way back home, and we'll be going through Maree, sort of just down the Oodnadatta track, onto the Outback Highway, and I'm not entirely sure where we're staying. But yeah, we're just sort of making our way home because the trip's sort of coming to an end as we speak. I think we only got like 5 nights left or something. So, you know, there's still, what, 6 days. But yeah, we're slowly making our way home. I'll still get heaps of footage. But yeah, I'll just go look at the lunch cup and the bubbler and get back into some driving. So far, the Mav has done pretty well, apart from our sub tank being bust. This car's been an absolute legend. I don't know how many times I've said that, but yeah, it's been good. No hiccups. That rubbing noise that we were hearing before went away, which is either bad or good. We're gonna take it as a good thing. We haven't noticed any other leaks or anything. So yeah, like this car's just been good. We've topped up. What have we topped up? We had to top up oil. We used a little bit of oil, but not too much. It was only like 300 ml that we put back in, even less, 200 maybe. So yeah, apart from that, this thing's been the beast. Alright, so sort of something historical about the oodnadatta track is it runs along where the original Garn Railway would have run along, which was built to connect Adelaide and Alice Springs together. Now the track closed in 1980, the original Garn Railway, but it sort of ran for a while really. But one thing was like passengers, if the railway was stuffed, would have to go out and fix it. Anyways, this runs along the old railway. This is a little spot called Margaret Siding, which is where passengers would have stopped to grab a sleep or something. But yeah, that's the cool thing about the oodnadatta track, and there's some cool bridges like the Algebra Bridge and everything. There's some cool history along this track, so yeah, if you're coming up just to do something, there's some cool stuff to look at. thank you so much for coming this far in the video. Thank you for coming along with the adventures that we have. Yes, we didn't get to make it across the Simpson Desert, but you know, sometimes stuff happens and it doesn't really work out. I'd like to thank the 2 other families for coming along with us and putting up with us. I'd like to thank this car. This thing's been an absolute ripper. So have the other 2 cars. Yeah, before you exit this video, please do consider liking the video, comment down below, and if you could do me a favor, maybe go ahead and subscribe. One more thing is I've got an Instagram at itsjensenm. Please do go over and follow that. But yeah, signing off from me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.